Hi, today I want to talk about your narrative essay assignment. But first, I want to talk about the structure of your major writing assignments, and I want to give you some tips for how to work through these assignments. So first, I want to mention that I've designed this class to be focused primarily on the writing. If you recall from the syllabus, it means that 70% of your total grade depends on the 4 major essays that you'll write for this class and on the revisions that you'll do for those essays. Another 10% of your grade average will come from the roadmap assignments. So what that means is that a full 80% of your grade is determined by how well you do on the writing. And I haven't assigned you much else. I tried to truly eliminate any busy work from this class. The other things that you'll do are some discussion boards. And in those discussion boards, what you'll do is you'll read some of the type of writing that you will be completing for your units. So it will give you some good ideas about how other authors have written the type of thing that you'll be writing. And then there are a few quizzes throughout the semester to keep you responsible for the readings, which are designed to help you with the work. So I hope you'll see how important it is to take these essays very seriously and work really hard on them. All right, let's talk about the roadmap assignments. They may be a little different than any other writing assignment you've done for an English class. So the roadmap assignments are informal pre-writing assignments. They're always going to be due the Thursday before the essay. And the goal of these is to help you think about the rhetorical situation of the assignment. That's the things that you need to consider that will inform your choices about how you will write the assignment. Okay, so rhetorical situation are things like who's your audience? What is your focus and your purpose? So each chapter has a roadmap section in it with prompt questions for you to follow. So you'll see that the narrative roadmap prompt questions in your textbook begin on page 185. So let's talk a little bit about things to think about and consider before you dive in writing your narrative essay. So let's talk about topic, okay? Find something that has happened to you that makes a compelling story for this assignment, or choose to tell us the story of your literary narrative, how words, writing, books have become important to you in your life. So when you're choosing your topic, think about, is it something that's funny and that would be entertaining? Or is it an event that has changed me as a person? Is it something that happened to me that made me see the world maybe differently after having experienced it? Is it an event that caused you to take a different path in life and change direction? So thinking about events that have some sort of conflict or problem involved with them are good choices. You might think about a time that something bad happened to you and you overcame it. You might think about some time in your life where there was something that you desperately wanted, or you had a really difficult problem that you had to overcome. And you can tell us the story by telling us about how you overcame that struggle, or how that struggle or problem got resolved. And good stories tell us the journey along that way. One thing to think about is to stay away from events that are typical or that are like everybody else's experience. You know, so everybody's prom is usually similar unless something really crazy or wild happened during it. Everybody's graduation ceremony is very similar. Your audience is really going to have problems caring about an event that is very typical, is very ordinary, and is very similar to what lots of other people have experienced. You'll also want to think about and write about your audience in your roadmap. Who do you want to read this? And think beyond just me, who I'm going to read it and grade it. Think about who you'd want to share it with. Is there a member of your family that you want to tell this story to? Is it a story that your kids need to hear or your siblings should know about? Is it a story that you think that others who are in your situation would benefit from reading? Are you writing to those people specifically? Do you want people to be helped by this? Do you want people to be entertained by this and just have a good chuckle at your expense of something that has happened? Also, you'll want to think about, what does your audience already know? You don't want to explain things or over-explain things that they know. Similarly, if you choose something really unique and technical and specific that only you are an expert in, you might need to do a little more explaining. And think about, how do you want to come across to your audience? Do you want to set the tone that you're funny and you're cracking us up as the clown? Or do you want to set the tone that you're wise and you're sage, coming at us with experience? And finally, I want you to think about purpose. What is your point? This is like addressing your audience's question of, well, so what? Why are you telling me this? It's your theme. Why does this story matter? Why should your reader care? And then think about, what response do you want them to have? Do you want them to do something after reading your story? Or do you want them to look at the world differently and see things from your perspective? You'll want to figure that out. All right, and my final note today is that make sure that you go into the Canvas portal and read the assignment directions carefully. There you'll find a list of goals. That list of goals is the criteria I use to grade. Those are the specific things that I am looking for and grading you on when I assign a grade to this assignment. So paying attention to those goals and making sure that you're addressing them is crucial for getting a good grade on this assignment. There are other details there that you'll want to pay close attention to, things like the minimum word count, also details on what I'm expecting for formatting. And as always, if you have any questions about anything with this assignment, just let me know. Happy drafting. Good luck.